Today we're going to go over how to set up tracks in Pro Tools, the digital audio workstation. This assumes that you already have an audio interface connected to your computer and you have microphones connected to your audio interface. So after we open Pro Tools, we're going to have to title in the dashboard our new project. And we're creating a new project, so we want to make sure that we are in the Create dialog box. So I'm going to call this Pro Tools Tutorial 1. It's going to local storage, which means it's going somewhere on your computer. I'm going to keep these settings the same. As a wave, we have 48 kilohertz. We could do 44.1, but 48 kilohertz gives us a little more headroom in post-production. We're going to keep it at 24-bit. And in the I/O settings, I'm clicking stereo mix. We also want to make sure we have our location set, which is where our files will be saved, which you can see is in Screencast Project. You may want to create a file on your desktop for this project, but this is where your files will be stored after you have created them. So let's click Create, the bottom corner, and our edit window opens up. Okay? So this is where we are going to create our tracks. And to do that, we need to head up to the top menu bar here and click on Track, and we're going to click on New. Now, when the New Tracks dialog window opens, you'll see Create and then a 1 in green. I'm going to create 5 tracks all at once, so I'm going to click 5 to put that in there, and then we're going to keep all these other settings the same because they're fine, and we click Create. So here we have our 5 new audio tracks. Now we need to rename them. So I'm going to double click on Audio 1. I'm going to call this Vocals. And we have to go down to each one and name it separately. Double click Audio 2, Guitar. Double click Audio 3, Bass. Double click Audio 4. This will be Drums Right. And then double click Audio 5, and this will be Drums Left. I have 2 microphones on the drum set, and I'm going to pan them either way, so that's why I have 2 drum tracks. Okay, so we are ready now to add a click track, which is that metronome that we need to play to as we are recording. So again, we go up to the track menu, and I just go to all the way to the bottom, and I click Create Click Track. And you'll see a new track is added at the bottom here. Okay? Now, we need to set the tempo of our recording. So you'll need to find this little red triangle here and double click on it. And that opens up the tempo change dialog box. You'll see BPM, beats per minute. Click on it and then just hold your mouse down and you can drag to create the new tempo you need. I'm going to do it at about 80. And click OK. So you need to know what the speed of your song is going to be before you start recording. Also, I would like to add a count off, which means I'll get a few extra measures up front before the recording begins. Go up to the window menu, head down to the word transport, click on that, and you'll see it opens up the transport window. Now here you'll see count off on the right hand side, and it says 2 bars. That means I will get 2 bars or 8 beats of time before the recording actually begins. If you double click on that 2 bars, you'll see that click count off options dialog box open. I have it set to only during record because I only want to hear the click while it's recording, not when I play it back. And down here you can set how many bars or measures you want to lead in before the recording begins so you have time to get ready to perform. Click OK there. I'll move the transport back up to the top. And all we have to do now is record enable. Click on that circular dot in the red box, and now our tracks are ready to record. I come back to the transport and I click that record enable button, and we're ready to go. So let's hit play. You can hear the click. It'll give me 8 beats or 2 measures. And now the timeline starts moving, which means we are recording. I'm just going to hit stop to halt it. And now you see you have your tracks here. And after you're done recording your performance, you can start editing and adding effects and whatnot, which is what we'll talk about in another tutorial. So that's it for today. Thanks.